So after, I don't know, probably 50, it didn't hit me till probably in my 50s when I started noticing my sleep pattern. Now, when I was younger, I could sleep 12, 13, 14 hours straight. I mean, lightning couldn't even strike me to wake me up. But through them years, the patterns changed a little bit. And as I got in my 50s, it seemed like I wasn't sleeping long periods of time. And now it got to the point where I sleep 3 hours. I mean, I'm out when I'm exhausted. The whole drooling, dreaming thing, I'm into it. But it only lasts 2 or 3 hours and then I'm up. And no matter what time I go to bed or what I've done that day, whether I relaxed or I exhausted myself, it's still the same thing. I've seen doctors and read things online, all these things, and what I can come out of it is just age. That's what I'm looking at. But it's not that I don't get my acquired 6 to 8 hours of sleep every day. It's just broken up. Now, I read something recently that back, in the Middle Ages and that type of thing, people, that's the way they did. They would sleep 3 or 4 hours, get up, read, do their chores, and go back to sleep and sleep for another 3 or 4 hours. And that's how they conducted their life. So I don't really feel it's a detriment. I get adequate amount of sleep. I do the whole process. I'm sound sleep. I get that REM sleep, even if it only lasts. So I don't feel like I'm doing anything detrimental to my system. But it's that exhausted feeling that I have, that I don't know if you have it too, but I am exhausted. It's quiet. It's not like something that I just can't, get out of the car and I fall down because I'm so exhausted or that type of thing. Now, I just watched a video with Randi, I'm not sure of her name, but she says that you bypass your sleep and not getting enough sleep if you exercise, like on a moderate exercise, like 150 minutes a week, which I do more than that. So I don't feel that I'm losing anything. But it's just that quiet, exhausted feeling that I have. Now, I don't know if it comes with age or it's just a point where I'm looking at several things, whether it's just politics, things that are going on in the world, whether it's wars, whether it's the weather conditions. It's just that quiet, exhausted feeling that I'm just so tired of things around me. Now, I don't know. Put in the comments if you feel like that. It's you too. Maybe it's family drama. Maybe it's just, but I look at it, I'm just to the point where I see things and I'm thinking, you know what? This is enough. I'm just tired of it. And I look at bills, for instance. Okay. In my state, the Energy Regulation Committee just approved my area utility companies to raise their rates, right? Like it wasn't enough already, okay? And the whole gasoline thing, we're supposed to be the number one producer of, petrol, oil, gas, whatever it is, natural gas in the world, right? But we have to go along with the global price index, right? Or whatever they call it. And I'm thinking, they're hitting us in that way. And it just feels like everyone has their thumb on us. It doesn't, no matter what we do. I mean, this country actually had an actual revolution with a 3% T charge, and here we are, we're getting taxed to no end. I don't get it. I mean, that's the tired, quiet, because you can't do anything about it. You can't. I mean, so many people have rule over you. We don't live in a free country. I don't care what country you're in. You don't have any freedom. There's none. And it's that quiet, exhausted feeling that you wake up every day and realize, hey, you know what? I got to put on my shoes. I got to take a shower. I got to brush my teeth. It's all these little quiet things that you wrestle with day in and day out that you get tired. Tell me if you feel that way in the comment section. You just feel tired. And when you're younger, I don't think I've ever felt that way. I can't remember that I felt just that feeling. I look at these young kids and they think they got issues, right? They have no idea what an issue is until they get through it, okay? And there's so many things that I've grown through that most people have no idea what it would be like. But it's now, as I get older, and I'm going on 63, it's like none of this stuff matters, but it's so exhausting to think about. I mean, I don't have family drama like some people. That would add to it. I don't have all these health concerns like some people do. That would add to it. It's just the day in and day out browbeating, the system. Maybe that's what it is. It's just a quiet exhaustion with the system. And I feel like, dude, I mean, they're relentless. Whether it's, the power company, whether it's the fuel company, whether it's the grocery bills, no matter what it is. I mean, if you could get totally off the grid, totally off the grid. And I say they say, well, I'm totally off the grid, but they're making internet videos. They're not off the grid. Okay. Off the grid would be nobody knows who you are or where you've been or what you're about, right? You're just you're non-existent. And even then, it still would be exhausting because you have to go above and beyond to survive, right? You got to, chop the wood and put it in your own fireplace to heat your house. You got to go out and kill your own animals to feed yourself or grow your own crops. It's not like you just pull up to the grocery store, pile the things in your cart and pay for them and have to worry about, if there's enough money in your account to take care of that, or these things that are rising up, or do I have enough for retirement, or, the quiet things, the things that don't stand out and yell at you every day, like somebody's trying to take your house, or, somebody's robbing you, or these extreme things that may exhaust you, that constant, hey, you know what, I gotta go out. I'll give you a small example. So I went down and paid my property tax, which I have a huge problem with this property tax, because not only are you property taxed to death, at least in my state, you got fuel tax, you got utility tax, you have everyday tax on everything you buy. You're always taxed to death, right? So I go down and I say, instead of paying this online because they charge you a fee on top of your fee, I said, I'm going to go down and save, X amount of dollars. I don't know what it would be. So I'll go down there instead of paying it online. So I go down there, I read the sign. It says no parking behind this point, right? Well, you would think no parking behind that sign, right? So I come out, I pay my property tax with cash, and not that I have to pay it with cash. I can send a check in. I just did it because whatever. Anyways, so I get out there and I look at I drive away and I'm like, what is this paper on my windshield? And I look at it and I say, they're giving me a parking ticket. I got a parking ticket, and I'm thinking, I'm going to fight this thing till I'm blue in the face. And then I'm thinking, dude, they're not going to do nothing anyway. They're just going to look at you and say, pay your appeal sucks. You got to pay it. But it's $50 for parking for 15 minutes. Cost me, I might as well just paid it online. But these are the things that I'm talking about. The constant thumb on you, you're not free to park anywhere you want because obviously they got potholes that they don't fix. They got other things in this city that they don't take care of. They got trash blowing all over. People just throw trash. But I remember back in the day, this is another thing that I'm quite exhausted about, is watching trash blow all over. I don't care what city you're in or how affluent you're in. There's still papers or plastic or cups or, some people even have the nerve to throw their whole trash bag out. How do you get a trash bag out the window? You know what I'm saying? I mean, or does it fly off the back of your truck? I don't know. Why would you even have a trash bag in your vehicle? I can understand some people, they might live in an apartment complex and as they're driving off, they throw the trash bucket on the back of their car. So when they pass by the dumpster, they can toss it out without keeping it in their car. And maybe they get down the road and forgot all about it and blows away. And until they come back home and they drive by and hey, you know what? That looks like my trash. But I don't care where you're at. Let me know in your city if you got trash blowing around. They used to have signs that said, fine, $100 for littering. They don't have them signs anymore. It's just all these little quiet, exhausted things that I think about all the time that are wearing my age down, right? And there's so many, whether it's a common, thing. It's not the simple things like brushing your teeth or taking a shower or even filling your gas tank up. It's the things that you have no control of that are exhausting. That's what I'm talking about. This quiet exhaustion that you just can't live your life in peace without somebody ruling over you. And I don't care if you're in Europe or you're in Russia. I don't care what country you're in. Somebody's always telling you what to do. You can't even get up in the morning without the news telling me, hey, there's a new war, or, hey, the economy's going to crap, and whatever it is. It's like these things that constantly weigh on you, that exhaust you. It's quiet, it's soft, but it dwells in your head. And when you're younger, all these things just fly off. Oh, everything's great, wonderful, wonderful. I'm young, I'm youthful. Maybe they don't. But when I was younger, in my 20s and 30s, I wasn't worried about, the economy. I was worried about getting to the job, doing my, business. And I never thought that these things weighed on me, okay? But now they do. And I don't know if you start thinking about all these things as you get older and you think, wow, I could do a better job at that. Maybe they don't need to manage me so much. And they're always micromanaging, issues. These people that run these cities, they're not business people. So obviously, they're always looking for a way to compensate themselves and get over their issues with me, right? How can I tax that dude? How can I make his life more miserable? And that's the way I feel. I mean, take it for what it's worth. But it's that quiet, that soft, that mellow exhaustion that you feel every day when you get up. It's almost like these burdens that you have to weigh on yourself. I'm not puking all over you. I'm just saying it's these things that I think about, and I'm thinking, does anybody else feel that way? Because I really feel exhausted. And I don't even think about it. It just weighs on you every day. Whether, it's somebody driving. It's like, why would you even do that? Why would you make that turn? Okay. And, I don't want to be an ass about it, but I'm exhausted. Okay. It weighs on me, and I look at it and say, you know what? Piss it, right? I'm just going to be done with it. I'm not thinking about it anymore. But it just slowly gnaws at you. And it's bad enough you get older and you got your own health issues to worry about, let alone somebody else dumping their crap all over you. But anyways, so that's another rant for the day. If you guys feel any of this, Let me know what your quiet exhaustion is. If it's your body telling you, hey, you're getting older. If it's your kids telling you they're getting older. If your neighbor is constantly throwing stuff in your yard. I don't know, whatever it is, that exhausted feeling like, man, I've had enough of this. Let me know in the comments. You guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you on the next video. Bye now.